Scott, your host again. You can make me co-host.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Carl.
Scott, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Oh, keep busy, keep real busy. Trying to figure out my MacBook.
Oh, is this a new MacBook?
Yeah, I got it just now, and I'm going from Windows to Mac.
Oh, okay.
Slowly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they don't operate the same way, do they?
No,
Yeah.
it's not logical. It's just not logical.
Yeah.
Like if you know C drive and everything about Windows, when you go to a MacBook, it's a headache. It's a headache.
Yeah.
You have to call them a lot. You have to call them a lot.
And it's hard to get through to them, isn't it?
Yeah, but there is no, not Apple. No, Scott, Apple is okay.
They're pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, Microsoft, you have to I figured out how to get through to Microsoft because I just bought Microsoft 365 and I'm using it on the MacBook. So my Apple's easy, Microsoft is hard.
Yeah, yeah. I just because I use a MacBook, and whenever I've had to go in, I have to make an appointment to go into the store, and it's and especially during the pandemic because they're limiting who can come in the store. So it's been
use your phone, and then they take over your computer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi, Laura.
Hi. Are we going to have a big class today?
We've got quite a few signed up, so should be fairly sizable, but I hope this one will be fun.
They're always fun.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Yeah. Glad to see everybody popping in. And good morning or afternoon, depending on where you are.
Morning still.
Oh, and there's Emily. Okay, I'm going to give it just a few minutes to make sure that everybody gets in. Hello, Emily.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
Hello, everyone. Fine. Thank you.
Oh, Mona and Maui. I need to change my name.
You mean you're not Moana?
Oh, that's my husband's and my team name in a trivia game that we.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll give it about one more minute and then we'll get us started. Okay. And we've got Anthony here, so we are good. Just to let you know, my colleague Kevin and also my colleague Anthony is coming in. They can help out if you've got any kind of issues with Zoom. Just let them know in the chat and they'll be sure to jump in and give you a hand with that. Okay. So welcome to everybody. I'll go ahead and one more person that is coming in. I'll give that a second. Two more people coming in. Yeah, this was a popular one today. Everybody wants to make slideshows.
Mm-hmm. I'll do something with all those photos.
Yeah. Oh, and there's Harold. Okay. And I'll let Harold in. Okay. I think we are about good to go. Hopefully there won't be too many latecomers, so they won't miss out on the content. But I will go ahead and get us started. Okay. I don't know why this person is having trouble getting in, but all right. So let me open my screen and get the ball rolling. Okay. So this is a relatively new class. I think this is the third time I've taught it. So I hope you have fun with it. I am still admittedly on a little bit of a learning curve with this myself, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'm going to show you a couple of demos today of some videos or some photographic slideshows that I've created just to give you an idea of what you can do. A little bit more about me. I live in Silver Spring, Maryland, and that is in the Washington, D.C. area. And in addition to serving as a Get Setup guide, and I've been a Get Setup guide for almost a year now, I am a writer and photographer, and I do that on a freelance basis. Photography is kind of a passion of mine, and I shouldn't say kind of, it is a passion of mine. And every now and then I actually get paid gigs for it, but I love also creating multimedia presentations. And in my previous job, I did quite a bit of that when I was a communications director. So this is a lot of fun. I really enjoy the interactive learning here on Get Set Up. Love seeing familiar faces and also meeting new people on here. I feel like we're building a tremendous community of learners, and there's no place else like it. It's something else. And we are here to help you learn from people like you. All of our guides are older adults as well, so we've faced some of the same learning curves with technology. We learn from each other. Ideally, we can see you on camera. If you're comfortable with that, it just helps us build more of a community connection, and social connection is one of the goals of Get Set Up. We also are recording the class. And if you would like to get a recording of the class, you can email us at help@getsetup.io. Just making sure that recording's on, yeah. And if you are joining us by live stream, we are live streaming today. The best way to participate in the future is to actually register for a class, and then you can join us and interact with the other learners, ask the guide questions directly. So there's a lot of benefit to doing that. Lastly, Get Set Up isn't paid to promote any specific products or services. So none of the brand names that I'll be mentioning today are meant to be touted as advertisements or endorsements or anything like that. It's simply some FYI for you. So what we'll talk about today is some desktop and mobile services for creating slideshows with music. I'll talk about where you can get some music accompaniment if you don't want to use your own music that you might have saved on your computer or on your smartphone. And this would be music you could get for free. And then we'll talk about how to share the slideshows you create, how to upload them and show them to the world. If there is anything else that you were really interested in learning about today, let me know in the chat. I'd be happy to touch on that question as I go through the next hour. Okay, so there are a number of places where you can create digital photographic slideshows using photos that you've got on your computer. You can also do this on a smartphone or tablet. There's some apps that you can download that allow you to do that. Where I have been playing around with the most is on Google Slides, and that is completely free. It includes a bunch of templates for you, and I missed something here. I think I got cut off when I was writing that. It includes a lot of templates, but also allows you to create something completely from scratch with just a blank screen or a blank page. So that can be a lot of fun to play around on there. It stays on there as long as you want to work on it. If you want to walk away for a little while, you can do that and come back to it. It'll still be there waiting for you to work on it. Another one that I'm going to show you today is Canva. And Canva, you may have seen advertised, you may even be using it, but Canva has all kinds of do-it-yourself graphic design tools. It's free and web-based. It includes templates and audio selections that you can use. You can also upload your own audio and even some video. You can incorporate video into your slideshow. If you've got a few, say, family video clips that you've taken, along with a lot of still photographs, that can be kind of fun. You can almost become your own Ken Burns, so to speak. And the other one that people may not be aware of in terms of adding music is PowerPoint. And let me go back there. PowerPoint is part of Microsoft 365. You can add music to a slideshow and present your photographs. If you've got Microsoft 365 and you have PowerPoint on your computer, you can just simply opt for that. A lot of people are very comfortable with PowerPoint, so that's another option for you. I have not used it a whole lot to do personal slideshows or anything like that, but you can opt for that if you want. And here are some apps that you can use. Canva, actually, you can use on a mobile basis if you'd rather. There's also Animoto, Adobe Spark, and iMovie if you're an Apple user. iMovie you can also use on your Mac computer. You do have to have a Mac computer to use it, but that is another option for you. I find these a little, Animoto and Adobe Spark, a little more intimidating, a little more daunting in a lot of ways. I think they also limit what you can do before you have to start paying. So you can check those out. I'll have the links to the websites in the class notes that I'm going to send out afterward. And then there are some mobile apps. And if we get time, I'll walk through those too, but I will have these listed in the class notes as well. There is an app called Free Slideshow that you can download on any device. If you're using an Android device or an iPhone or an iPad, it's free to use. And there's another one called Pick, Play, Post that is limited to iPhones and iPads. And then there is an Android exclusive app called Pixgram. Same thing. These allow you to create slideshows right from your phone using the photos you've got stored on your phone. And then the last one is called Slideshow, just simply Slideshow. So if you go to your app store and just do a search for these, you'll easily find them. And a lot of it, I am not doing this today with my own music, just to stay, I'm probably being overly cautious, but I just want to stay safe and not violate any copyright on songs that I have on my smartphone or on my computer. These are all from pretty popular artists. So I'm going to go with royalty-free music. And if that is something you're interested in doing sometime, say you want to upload something to YouTube and share it, sometimes YouTube will nail you. I mean, not horribly, but they may flag your video and bar it from going up if they see any kind of intellectual property being used. So if you're using a song by the Beatles, YouTube might say, I'm sorry, we're not going to post this because you don't have the rights to this song. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're just showing something for your family, maybe sharing it over email or something like that, it's perfectly fine to use any kind of commercial music. But these are places where you can either get for free or pay for a very low price, some royalty-free music. You won't recognize the tunes, they're brand new, but you can get those and add those. Most of them, there are a lot of instrumentals, things like that. Okay, so let me show you. No, that's not the one I wanted to do first. Here's just one example of the music. This is called Bend Sound. And as you can see here, I can get a preview and then download it if I want. Okay, what did I do with my Google slide? Here we go. Okay, so to get to Google Slides, you just want to type in Google Slides. That's the easiest way into Google. Just go to Google, type in Google Slides. That's the easiest way to get to it. You'll see here, I have a bunch of slides in here, slideshows. Some of these were sent to me. So you can see here, I've got one from Get Set Up that for a class I taught on the California COVID vaccine a few months ago. Here is just one that is kind of an example that they've set up here. This is just a simple vacation slideshow, essentially. And if you go in here, you can see you have all kinds of different layout. You can add text in here if you'd like. It will even allow you to have a slide with just text on it alone in between all this. You can do anything you want here. You also can go in and work on the transitions. So if I want to say, have this fade, well, let's go with something else. Let's go with flip. And I'm going to apply that to all the slides so that when I go from one slide to the next, I'm going to have that as a transition. It won't just go lickety split to the next one. So what that would look like, and again, you just want to go to transitions to do that. What that would look like is this. And you have options of doing that. They also allow you to just slide it from right or from left. So several there. I like fade because that's always kind of easy and yeah. And you also have the option if you want to have any text animated or anything animated in the photo. Say that you want this to only pop up after the slide is started. You can add animation and it will pop in. It'll fade in. You've got that all set up to go. And that's what it'll look like. So a lot of flexibility on here. When you want to add a slide, this one's pretty complete. So I think they've got it set up as a demo, so it's not letting me do a whole lot here. So I'm going to go to a slideshow that I was working on. This one I just made up as a demo for the most part, but I just wanted to show the different things that you can try out here. This is just a slideshow of some nature shots I took. and I put a theme on it. And if I go over here to this little plus sign right here in the corner, click on plus, I can add another slide. And from there, I can, and this one I started completely from scratch. If you want to go with a themed layout, you can do that as well. They have a bunch of options here, as you'll see. So you can make any of these sort of the look and feel for your slideshow if you want. I just went completely from scratch, so I would start like that. But I've got a brand new slide here and I want to insert another picture. So I'm going to go to upload from my computer. And I've got a slide or a picture deck in here that I'm going to add in. So I can sift through here, choose anything I want to add into the mix. I am going to choose this one and drop it in. And once I do, you'll see I've got these little tabs on the end and I can enlarge this so it covers the entire slide if I want. And adjust it. And there you go. And I have also animated the text here so it fades in as it starts. Now, when you want to add music, you go back up here to insert, and you can go to audio. And I have, for some reason, it only lets you get it from your Google Drive. So you would either need to upload music to your Google Drive. So if you've got some sitting on your iTunes account, or if you're using something else, transfer it over there or copy it over there. This is the song that I already uploaded to use. So it's already attached to my. And if you've had any music shared with you, I've had some here shared with me. I could add that in too. Questions on how any of this works so far? See, Emily was asking about changing slides or PowerPoint directly into. Emily, is it Movie with Music? Is that an actual software program? I'm not familiar with that one.
Because I have another class, this instructor asked us to do the slides first. And then later on, he says, oh no, I want a movie. So instead of transfer from the PowerPoint to the movie, I do the whole movie again with the new pictures and everything. So is any way you can just transfer directly to a movie?
Not that I know of. You pretty much need to build it on the platform you're using. I'm not sure that you could. I don't know if you could. I've never tried it. I don't know that you could insert a PowerPoint slide deck into here and use it that way, although that may be possible. I'm just not sure. Let me see. Well, you can import slides, so it could be that that is a possibility. If you've got anything in PowerPoint, you know what I would do, Emily? If you've got a Google Drive account,
Yes.
I would transfer your PowerPoint slides over to that account, and then you could just create it directly from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I had a question, but you may be heading in this direction. So,
Sure.
So you've imported some music. You have a piece of music that's going to
Yeah.
play. You can time the slides to show up at certain, the transitions to, okay, you're going to get there.
I'm going to get there. I'm not
Okay.
going to demonstrate it because I am not going to upload this slideshow since it's kind of half baked.
Okay.
But it doesn't let you do that until you're ready to upload it or share it. And then it gives you all those
Oh.
options for
Okay.
timing it and things like that. So
Huh.
it is possible, but a lot of people, in fact, I was doing this. I was poking around. How do I time this? And then I had to do some research to find out that you have to get it ready to go live before
Okay.
it will help you do that.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, since that came up, Chris, let me see if I go to publish to the web, it will have an auto advance on it that I can set up. The default is 3 seconds. I
Mhm.
can change that if I want to slow it down.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's when you'll do it. And you can upload this to YouTube, or I suppose you could share it on Facebook as well, but
Okay.
yeah. So I can show you what you get when you start that. I'm going to give you just a glimpse of what I've got so far, and this is in no way complete. I do have a completed one on Canva that I'll show you a little later that is just kind of a uplifting little thing that might brighten your Monday. But here is when you're ready to kind of take a look at what you've done. You just go to present up here in the corner and start presentation. And here's what I've got. And that's pretty much the end of where I am so far. But you know, that's kind of dramatic music. You're probably not going to want to go with anything that hokey, but if you are putting together a family slideshow of some sort, this would be nice to do. And then you can add maybe some music that's meaningful to the family or just meaningful to you or something like that. So other questions on this one? I think my colleague Russ has a class on how to create a whole travel slideshow on this platform as well. So if you've got some photos from a big trip that you've taken, say to Europe or to the Caribbean or anything like that, that might be one that would be fun to check out as well. So that is Google Slides. And I'm going to show you really quickly. I'm going to demo on my phone screen one of these. I have found the mobile ones not quite as user friendly. I'm still kind of fumbling around with those, but one of them is called Slideshow. And here I created a slideshow with food in it. And from there, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. And I can just go back to my whole picture library, which is right here. And I can add some more food pictures in there if I want. And then I save all this and it processes it. And it's now on my camera roll. This is free to download. So it looks like it's still processing it, but when I go to, whoops, to my camera roll on my smartphone, looks like I accidentally deleted the other things I had in there. So, but at any rate, you build this all together and then you can just play it right on your phone. And you have options for transitions. I'm just going to start a new. This one is just going to be some random photos I've been playing around with, just to give you an idea. Okay. There we go. Now you can see I've got. And a lot of this, again, when you see these locks, that means that you have to go for a pro account, which costs some money. I'm not sure exactly what they charge to go to a premium account, but you basically have just this fade option if you want to stay with the free version here. And when you're ready to add some music to the show, you can just go open up. Let me go back here where it says music. Just click on that little music icon. And you can go in and search your music files for anything that you want to add in there. And you are set to go. That's the mobile version. Any questions on the mobile? And that's just one of them. Again, I'll list all the mobile options you have in the class notes.
Scott,
Yeah, Emily.
I didn't realize I have so many on this the PowerPoint on my slideshow. I tried to delete it, but I couldn't find the trash can.
On the trash can on Google Slides or
On the
on
yes,
PowerPoint?
On the PowerPoint, actually. It's on the slide app.
Okay, so you've got PowerPoint open right now?
Yeah, I have it on my phone, the slide app. I opened that.
Oh, the app that I was just demonstrating?
Right.
Okay, so if you've got too many on there, maybe some. Yeah, let me look at this and see. I think if you go to Photo Manager, you can go in here and remove anything you don't want in there.
Okay.
If you'll notice here on this first one, it says remove. So if I wanted to remove that, I just put my thumb on each of these photos and it sets it up. So if I want to take it out of the mix, I can do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So let me show you Canva. Now, I played around a lot with this because it allows you to do far more than just using photos, still photos. So here, when you open it up, you can see you can put together something that's blank. So it's canva.com. And if you go here, you'll see presentations. This is essentially a slideshow. And it gives you a bunch of different options. A lot of these look professional, but if you wanted to do something just really personal, you could do that. As you scroll down here, you'll see different options, including something you could do at your church, or if you're selling something. So here's just one example. If you open this up, you go with this as, okay, somebody is making a presentation of why she would like you to date her, I guess. But say we want to go with something else. We can use these templates and just replace it with another photo. So one way to do that is to go to uploads here on the far left. All these photos here, I have uploaded myself. And that is very easy to do. You simply go to upload media up here once you've opened up uploads, and it allows you to grab a picture from either your computer or your Instagram account, your Facebook account, any place like that that you might be using online. But if I just want to grab something from here, I just click on it, hit open, and it will simply load up there all on its own. The other option you have is to just drag and drop a picture in. You can do that. And those are just with still photographs. You can also do this with video. If you have any videos that you want to upload, it's the same process, and same with audio. And you can mix video into your presentation. I'll show you an example of that shortly. But so let's say I want to change this to something different. Maybe I'm gonna change this to say why you should, can't believe I'm saying this. I wouldn't put her up for adoption, but I'm going to say why you should adopt Maggie. Maggie's my dog. And we'll say by who else? Maggie. And from there, you are ready to just add. Go down here and you can add whatever you'd like. You can also, with this theme, they have different templates that you can use with your slides. And again, you just drop your photos into, just by clicking on it, it will drop right in there. You can move it around. You can rotate it if you want. And on your slideshow, you also have the option of adding little elements in there. Right here is the elements section. If you click on that, there are, let's say, dog bone. Let me see if there's anything like that in here. there is. So all of these little cartoons here, or some of these are just still like this. I could drop that in as sort of a decorative element in my slideshow. And I can control the size very easily like that. I'm just clicking on those side tabs of this. It can overlap with the photo. If you see these little crowns here and you scroll over that, that means it's a pro account. It's not available for free. Everything else on here is free, but if you see a little crown, that requires a pro account, which is like 12, 13 bucks a month. But you can do plenty on here with just the free version. If I want to add a little animation in here, I could do that. Just to fun it up a little bit. And then I can go to the next slide and add another template. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So if you do anything you didn't mean to, just click on this arrow up here and it'll take you back. I wanted to go there actually. And I want to just add a few other photos. You just can delete those and add something new in. It's going to keep these frames for you, it looks like. So I could go back up to my uploads, and I think I have no more pictures of Maggie in here. Well, there's one. Okay. Yeah, maybe it doesn't keep the frame, but. So here you can get really creative with a slideshow, with the pictures you have. Audio here allows you to either use their audio selections, and they have several. A lot of them require a pro account. You know, when I say pro account, you also have the option of just buying it as a one-off. I can buy this for probably about $1 or $3. Okay. So I can incorporate this into my slideshow if I want to buy it. If there's no little white crown next to it, I can use it for free. I can add text anywhere. Maggie is lonely. And if I go over the text, just like scrolling over it, I can change the color of the text. Up here, it will show the colors that are already in this theme, so I can stick with that. And any one of these I could get rid of. It's just so flexible. You can choose the font you want. And that's all there is to it. And if you want to start completely from scratch, you can do that. You do not have to go with one of their themes. If I click on presentation, I can just start with a blank screen completely. And say I want to go with the slideshow, I can just drop that photo right in there. And just add the next one and do the same thing. And let's say I do want to add in a video on the next one. I don't have any videos uploaded here, but I do have that option. I can just upload a video or go down to here. They have videos in stock. So here's one that's free. I could just add that in. And it would be part of my slideshow. And there is a spot, and I'm forgetting where it is, but there is a spot for you to time things. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to poke around for that because I can't. Oh, timing. So here we go. If you click on here, this little corner right here, here it shows you've got 5 seconds between each slide. And you can change that just by sliding this dial up or down. And when you want to get a little look-see, you just go up here to present. And it allows you to just go through and click through to see what you've got. And when you're ready to share it, you can click share. And you can email this to anybody you want. Just type in their email. You could also just copy a link and drop that in to an email and send it out that way. You can also share this in many places on LinkedIn. You could upload it and share it on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. So a lot of options there. So any questions?
Scott,
Yes.
are you like saying that PowerPoint is much more inferior to Canva, but maybe or Google Slides? Sorry, Google Slides is much more inferior to Canva, but maybe Google Slides and Google decide, hey, let's bring it right up to, into par with Canva. Is that what's going to happen?
I would imagine, yeah. I think some of that gets into business forecasting or market forecasting and things like that in terms of what bells and whistles all of these platforms are going to add to try to get you to use them. But Canva has really grown in popularity. It's only been around about 12 years and not even that, maybe like 10 years. And they're now really stepping up their advertising. So a lot of people find this really flexible and user-friendly, more so than PowerPoint and more so even than Google Slides. The other benefit of this is that you can just go to the website and start. You don't have to have you don't have to sign up for Google, like an account on Google in order to use Google's. You do have to do that to use Google Slides. You wouldn't have to do that here. And you definitely would not have to subscribe to Microsoft 365 if you don't want, in order to use PowerPoint. You could just do it all on here.
Okay.
Yeah. That also might be handy, Carl, when you're switching from the Windows world to a Mac.
Yeah, but I was just thinking, PowerPoint, Microsoft and Google, they'll probably advance their stuff, and these guys will have to just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
They always keep advancing, and then they try to take you down.
Yeah. Yeah. That is the nature of the technology industry in this world. Yeah. It's a little bit cutthroat. Yeah. Other questions? Well, I can entertain you a little bit with one of the slideshows that I made, and I just did this as a demo. So I collected a bunch of pictures of children and added a few videos in here as well, mostly from their own collection here. But I'll go ahead and show you this. It's just under 2 minutes long. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so sorry about that. Something went wrong with the automatic transition. I don't know what happened, but that was what I was playing around with putting together. And just one example of something you could do with your family photos or any kind of pictures or video that you've taken and want to share with other people. So okay, other questions?
Scott, since it's pretty quiet, if
Yeah.
you had 5 dogs, say, over the last year, say 5 dogs,
Yeah.
you could do, a slide with the 5 dogs, the years and their names in one. I never thought of that in one slide.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be nice. Do you have 5? Have you had 5 dogs, Carl?
One, a dash hound.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I just have Maggie. I don't think I could ever talk my wife into getting a second one.
Well, no, over time they die.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Well, let me open up my screen again. And again, these are those music sites, and I'll share those in the class notes. All right. There we go. All right. My slide deck is being wonky here, but just some key takeaways. You can create these photographic slideshows on your desktop or on your mobile device. And you can add video clips to your slideshow on a lot of these platforms. Most of them enable creation that with music selections that they provide that you can add, but many will allow you to upload your own music as an alternative. You can also find royalty-free music online, and it's easy to share these directly from the apps themselves. So if you do end up creating a nice slideshow, we'd love to know about it. We'd love for you to share it with us. You can share that on your own social media feed if you want. Our hashtag is Get Set Up if you want to give us a little credit for helping you learn how to do that. Or you can just drop Liz on our team a line at liz@getsetup.io. She is always looking to see what kind of creations our members have made that she would like to showcase on our Facebook page or LinkedIn page or on our blog on the website. Some related classes that might interest you related to media and music and everything else. There is a class on building your first website. There is one on Aretha Franklin, and just sort of a discussion about her music. And then an interest group about going to the movies. If you want to talk about the latest movies or your favorite films. My next classes, I have one coming up about 4:30 Eastern time today on how to take a great selfie. I understand that there is a National Selfie Day that is coming up this month. So if you want to get prepared for that, you could join me for that class. And then tomorrow morning, I have a class on branding for small business with Canva. And that shows you exclusively with Canva how to create a logo, a business cards, letterhead, things like that. And I also would welcome you to join the photo challenge of the week. We're doing this every Friday now, except this Friday we're off because I have to be out of town. But we get together, we always have a theme, and people send in a picture in accordance with that theme, and we tell stories behind those photos. We get some feedback and advice, and we vote for our favorite image, and the top vote getter receives a Get Set Up prize. It's a t-shirt. I'll just spoiler alert, it's a t-shirt. And the next challenge is sunset pictures. If you have a picture you've taken of a sunset at any time, or you want to go out and try to do that, by all means do so. And then you can just submit the pictures to this email address. And I will include the link to all of the information that sits on our website about this. So you can book a seat with it. The photos themselves are due on Wednesday, June 16th at midnight. And then we'll get together Friday, June 18th at 4:00 to share the photos and have some laughs. It's a really, really nice get together. We really have a good time. So I hope you can join us.
But there is a session, right? There's a Get Set Up session. That
Well,
you do it.
it is there is a Get Set Up session. That's what we'll do. When all the photos are in, then we'll get together at 4 p.m. on Friday. And it's not really a class. It's more of just a social hour where we share the photos and things like that.
Okay, I want to send it something to a friend who's a very good photographer that she might be interested in it. So should I suggest she just email you to get more information?
Yeah, I'll in the class notes include the link to where she can get all the information real easily on how to sign up and participate.
Good. All righty. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So look for those class notes, as we always send at the end of a class. You can also recommend the class to a friend via Facebook or email if you enjoyed it. We'll have some other class suggestions for you and a link to our full schedule of classes and a link to our feedback form. And you can rate the class and the guide on a 5-star scale and add any comments you would like about what you liked about the class or didn't like about the class, what you think might make it better. And also you have an opportunity to suggest a class to us, something you'd like to learn that we are not providing any instruction on. We'd love to hear about it because that is what drives our class creation, is what you want. And when you do book a class, you can invite a friend very easily. We've got that all set up for you. So it's pretty seamless. You just click here once you book, and you can tell a friend via, and we even have the letter written out for you. You can share that via Facebook, WhatsApp, or email. And lastly, if you are interested in hosting an interest group on Get Set Up, we have many of them. You can either do that by going to the top of our homepage, and there's a link to fill out a little form that you can submit telling us what you'd like to host, or you can just email us directly at help@getsetup.io. We have interest groups on gardening, interest groups on music, you name it. And we're really anxious to have more. So please let us know if you'd like to do that. You can also email us to suggest a new class. And we do a lot of partnerships at Get Set Up with everything from the YMCA to state and local governments, senior living communities. So if you are a member of an organization or know of an organization that might be interested in partnering with us to deliver classes to a specific population, their membership, whatever, email us at help@getsetup.io. And again, that's where you email to get a recording of this session. So thank you very much for spending a Monday afternoon with me, and hope to see you all again really soon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, Scott. Great show.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a great week, day,
Yes. Yeah, you too.
something.